Hello, everyone, and welcome to Power Pro Wrestling. I'm Johnny Jett, and we have a great night of action set for you this evening. But first, I would like to address the elephant in the room. Tom Calhoun, I don't like you. So maybe I've said some unflattering things about you in the past. Now you want to sue me over it. Well, Tom, this is the wrestling business. People are going to say things about you that you don't like. Your father, Scorpio Calhoun, over matters financial and personal, stepped into the ring to settle his problems. It's a time-honored tradition in this sport. Now, I'm not a wrestler, neither are you, neither is DK, but this is wrestling, so let's settle it in the ring. Tag team match. We'll all pick champions. I'll put $60,000 on the line, twice what you'd make, even if you won that case. Your team wins, you get all that money. Our team wins, you drop the lawsuit. So what do you think, Tom? Either way, we'll all get back to work. What do you think? Well, I'm waiting. All right, then. Let's get on with the show. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Johnny Jett, as I said, and this is Power Pro Wrestling. I'm joined at this time by my broadcast colleague, DK Ressman. DK, how are you tonight?
Quite well, Johnny. Thank you for asking. Ladies and gentlemen, we have another incredible night of action lined up for you tonight. We have the Golden Boy, Holden Troy, taking on the vicious Panzer. Ladies and gentlemen, incredibly, that is not our main event here tonight.
Indeed, it's not, DK. Later in the evening, we will be having Team USA taking on Team Japan. That is Jordan King and Karen Rose taking on Kazuya Kano and Ichiko Kano. And that match promises to be a bona fide slobber knocker, Golden Crown implications in that contest. However, that will not be Jordan King's only match this evening, DK.
No, indeed, Johnny. Jordan King showing off that fighting spirit he is known for, taking on Heather Lexis. Jordan King requesting this match, requesting to fight twice this evening. Will be quite a test for Mr. King.
It will, in fact. Jordan King, of course, showing the heart of a lion that is his namesake, the Amer Icon Lion and the Dynamite Doll here this evening. It should be a slobber knocker of an opening contest. You see there the tail of the tape going into this match. Jordan King standing 6'2", Heather Lexis at 5'6". Heather Lexis certainly giving up quite a bit of height and weight coming into this contest, but she could easily manage to surprise us, as she has been known to do throughout this tournament.
Absolutely, Johnny. We have two very fundamental wrestlers here. Heather Lexis, as you said, does not have that size advantage, but does have the speed advantage, able to really move in quickly, make good use of that technical aptitude she is known for.
Indeed so. Heather Lexis, a great ground wrestler, a technician by every definition of the word. Jordan King, more of a power wrestler. He's known for his great ability of striking and grappling. We'll see how that comes into play this evening.
Absolutely, Johnny. Two of the best wrestlers in the world, even before their time here in Power Pro. Very well-respected athletes. Should be quite a match to open things up for us here tonight.
And both of them came into Power Pro with things to prove. Jordan King wants to prove his name as a singles competitor here in the United States. Heather Lexis, on the other hand, wants to prove that she is able to compete on the same level as any man in this sport.
Absolutely. We've said it time and again, no weight classes, no gender divisions here in Power Pro. It is all about everyone in this great sport of ours being able to stand toe-to-toe with the best in this sport. And find out who is the very best.
It's all about finding out who fits the bill as the greatest wrestler. And here I think we see two fine examples, two contenders for that title. Jordan King starting us off. A little rough and tumble here. Heather Lexis with the snapmare there. Dragging King into the ring. Moving at a fast pace are these two competitors early on in this contest. You have to wonder if that's an intelligent move on the part of Jordan King, knowing that he will have to compete later on this evening.
Well, Johnny, I think early on here, Heather Lexis able to perhaps dictate the pace a little bit in those opening moments, but starting to slow down a bit now as these two competitors feel each other out.
Yes, indeed. Nice wrist lock there by King. Snapmare, very basic moves here as they feel one another out, testing the defenses of their opponents. Knife edge chops here, wearing down Jordan King. Lexis just stomping on the back of King now. A tie up, snapmare once again, going back to the well on that one. King back to his feet now. Dancing away from Lexis. Raining some strikes in, open palm. Closed fist strikes, of course, being illegal in Power Pro Wrestling, as they are in the sport in general. Nice STF there from King. But not effective enough to get a submission early on here. Headlock and some punches there from Heather Lexis. Lexis dragging King. Staying in that corner a little bit. Have to wonder about ring awareness. Going early here with the Lexis Plex here. Trying to put him away quickly in this contest. Dragging him closer to the center of the ring. Lexis with a jackknife cover here. A cover one. No 2 count though. King too much in the tank. Despite that Lexis Plex.
Absolutely, Johnny. That is a move we know can end a match at any point, but King able to get out at one, admittedly still early in this matchup. King has a lot left in the tank.
And now a strike exchange. We'll see how much both competitors have in the tank here. Lexis coming up on the better end there. Into the ropes goes Heather Lexis, and a running knee to the face. There, King immediately back to his feet. A tie-up. Headlock, wearing him down with those punches. Goes for some submission there, but King able to reverse it. King now, Frankensteiner victim is Jordan King. They're now past the 5-minute mark. Heather Lexis, big drop kick there. Front chancery by Heather Lexis. And now, Dragon Clutch applied. Jordan King reaching for the ropes. Not able to get to them, however. Does break the hold. Open palm strike there. And a nice gut buster there from Jordan King.
King back in control now, it looks like.
Now, double knee crusher there on Heather Lexis from Jordan King. King dragging her into position for something. Not entirely sure what at this time. Back up. That gut buster one more time there. Back to her feet. Going for a suplex here. Holds her up. Vertical suplex. Brain buster there.
Lexis really taking the advantage early in this match, but Jordan King now starting to dictate the pace, starting to string those big moves together.
Smart wrestling from Jordan King. He was absorbing some of that punishment early on, but now it might have been rope-a-dope, DK. He's let Heather Lexis wear herself out.
That's so an interesting strategy from King, considering he has to compete twice here tonight, absorbing that damage early on.
So that enziguri, and now roll up, cover 1, 2, but not a 3 count.
Certainly closer than Heather Lexis would like, though.
I would have to imagine that to be the case, DK. As he pulls her back to her feet, back switch there, goes for a back drop, lifting the leg. But Lexis back to her feet quickly there. King just showboating for the crowd here. Hits that beautiful drop kick on Heather Lexis, sending her back to the mat. Knife edge chop, waking her up here. Into the turnbuckle goes Heather Lexis. King, corner spear. The spear, of course, one of those deadly weapons in his arsenal. Roll up now from Heather Lexis. 1. No, 2 count though. King able to power out of it.
That's what's so dangerous about Heather Lexis, that speed, that technical proficiency. She can take a big move like that and immediately have that awareness again to take advantage of any opening she sees in her opponent just like that. Too close to the ropes, however.
Ring awareness, not necessarily her strong suit there, but she might have just been trying to get him off his feet so that she could do something like this, for example. But King able to escape that moonsault now, slapping her on the back, waking her up. Lexis going back to the well, another Lexis flex. And here it is, third one, drops him right on his head. But can she capitalize? Can she follow up? No. King back to his feet, if groggy. Now trying for that Tiger suplex, German Tiger suplex there, but no success. Enziguri into the ropes. And you see the lightning speed of Jordan King as he rolls her up. 1, 2, but no. So very close. Heather Lexis able to get out of that. Free of low position now as King just starts working the midsection, the solar plexus of Heather Lexis. Again with the lightning speed, a cover, but too close to the ropes. Paragon referee forces the breakup there. Back switch from Lexis, back into the corner, kicks him to keep him in place, charges once again with that elbow. Heather Lexis got up her sleeve now, goes for, there it is! Big reverse DDT into that dragon sleeper. Legs locked around the midsection of Jordan King. Will he? Oh, no, he does not submit. He breaks out of it. Again with the Enziguri and a roll-up. You would think by this point Lexis might have it scouted, but no! Jordan King able to get a flash pinfall there over Heather Lexis.
Absolutely, Johnny. An impressive display there from Jordan King, able to end the match relatively quickly. But within that time, we have to note, he took the signature maneuver from Heather Lexis multiple times in that match. That has got to be something that is going to continue to sting as he heads into tag team competition later tonight.
I imagine it would, DK. You know, Jordan King wrestled the match he wanted to wrestle here. He cut her off pretty early, controlled the pace of the match, and then in the end, he was able to capitalize on an opening that he saw and rolled her up and got that pinfall in quick time, and that was beautiful. I have to say, what's going on in the ring here? DK, what's going on here? Can we cut to the ring? Cut to the ring. What is this?
My God, that's Donna Reed.
Donna Reed has just charged from the ringside area here. Not entirely sure where she was from our vantage point, fans, but now she's in the ring and she is struggling against Heather Lexis. Heather Lexis having just fought a great match against Jordan King.
Oh, Johnny, this last week all over again.
Oh, I hate to think it, DK. Heather Lexis now into the ropes. Judo throw there.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're getting word from the back. This is not a sanctioned competition.
Can you get security out there? Can you get somebody? Heather Lexis now controlling this fight here. Standing up. Oh no, big strike there. Where are we?
Again, ladies and gentlemen, not a sanctioned match here. Trying to keep security is...
Cut away from this. Tom, can you cut away from it? For Christ's sake, can you cut away from this? Why is this happening?
Damn it, Johnny. What kind of operation are we running around here?
Security have made their way to the ring. Fans, we apologize for that disgusting display from Heather Lexis, or rather from Donna Reed there. And let's gear up for our next contest here.
Damn it. Speaking of disgusting displays.
Of course, last week on this very program, Panzer and Brooke Power took on Team Canada, that is Heather Lexis and Holden Troy. They were able to secure a victory over that tag team. However, moments later, Panzer turned on his partner, gruesomely, viciously attacking the injured arm and neck of Brooke Power. Panzer went on a vicious assault that lasted some time.
It's still hard to watch this, Johnny.
Every frame of it is agonizing, DK. Here we see just the brutality displayed by Panzer and how boldly and bravely Brooke Power fought back against Panzer.
The injured Power wrestled multiple times that evening, caught up in an unexpected third match here against Panzer. Still able to survive through things like that, but it was not enough in the end.
Indeed not. And at this time, we can confirm that Brooke Power will not be competing for the duration of this program and of this tournament.
An absolute shame, Johnny.
It certainly is, DK. And now we see Panzer back in action. This match between Panzer and Holden Troy was scheduled for a few weeks ago here on this program. Panzer decided to take the night off, however. But it seems like his time of running has run out, as the Golden Boy Holden Troy is now set to step into the ring against the German War Machine tonight. And the Atlanta crowd are on their feet, heralding the arrival of Holden Troy as he makes his way down to the ring for this assuredly brutal contest.
Johnny, we were looking forward to this match as a potential classic in the making a few weeks ago. Very disappointing to have it postponed at the time. But now, Johnny, I have to admit it is difficult for me to sit here watching that man, Panzer, walk to the ring after everything he's done over the course of this tournament.
I have to agree with you, DK. Of course, throughout the tournament, we have seen brutal attack after brutal attack, assaults even, from Panzer on his competitors, on his teammates even. And I have to wonder if Holden Troy will be another victim, or if he will be able to become the knight that slays the dragon here this evening.
Johnny, as I said last week, try to stay impartial in moments like these. Obviously, the crowd very much behind Holden Troy in this competition, but
they are.
Still see a few Panzer shirts out there in the crowd, and I just can't imagine how someone could continue to support this man after, again, everything he's done over the course of this tournament, especially in the past few weeks.
It is absolutely shameful that any human being with a heart or a soul could continue to support or in any way endorse this monster, this abomination in the ring. Holden Troy, I hope you beat this man here this evening. Panzer now with this big backdrop, as if to cut down all the hopes and dreams of every wrestling fan and of Holden Troy. But Holden Troy now able to pin down the big man, and now a lift dropping Panzer on his head. DK, I have to wonder, Brooke Power put up a heck of a fight last week, and these two also had one hellacious match. I have to wonder how much those events took out of Panzer coming into this contest.
Well, Johnny, that's the thing we see again and again, regardless of how we feel about the man himself. In all of his matches, incredibly impressive performances, and the biggest part of that has been his endurance. He's able to just take so much punishment and then just come back with one or two big power moves like it's nothing, and as we've said many times over, just change the course of a match in a second.
And we perhaps are seeing that right now. And DK, I hate to agree, but I know that you're accurate in that statement, because Panzer, throughout this entire match, throughout this entire tournament, has been capable of some outstanding feats of power and of strength that can turn the tables and the tides on a dime. And you wouldn't expect that perhaps out of someone of such an advanced age as Panzer.
Well, Johnny, that age has, two separate bearings on the ring. Of course, it can slow you down, but it also means experience. Experience in so many different situations. Panzer has that incredible power, but he also has years in the ring telling him exactly how to use it.
This is very true, but we can't discount the in-ring ability of Holden Troy. Holden Troy has been wrestling a solid match so far, but I'm not sure if solid will be enough. He's been tying down Panzer, he's been trying to out-muscle him, and I'm not sure if that's the way you want to approach someone like Panzer. There we see a leg trip, very smart wrestling here. Big senton there, echoing Brooke Power's offense from last week. And now, just slapping Panzer in the face, just insulting the big man. Back body drop there. Drop toe hold, and now working on the arms. Big cross arm breaker from the Canadian. Panzer to his feet. Troy tries to strike him. Panzer able to evade. Now into the turnbuckle, but Panzer counters with this big slam. Hit goes right into the turnbuckle there. Ricochets off. Panzer trying to control this match, just dominating Holden Troy at the moment, lifting the Olympian to the top rope with a big choke slam that turns the Canadian inside out. Golden Boy now pinning him down, big headlock, side headlock. He's got the hands gripped there, locked in, but Panzer able to evade, able to escape that. And now going for the Panzer driver right there. Fairly early into the contest, we're not sure yet if that is going to be enough. But Panzer's not done anyway. Clubbing blows to the side of the head for Holden Troy. And Troy just absorbing that punishment from the German war machine. Oh, big slam there. Panzer looking like he was going to go into the ropes, but Troy able to get back to his feet, and now back to the headlock, working on the neck. Of course, we saw earlier the replay of last week. Panzer was dropped on his neck by Brooke Power on the ringside area in that impromptu contest that the two had. No 3 count off of the big splash there for the German.
Something worth noting in any match against Panzer, you see those pinfall attempts, those near falls. It takes so much effort to kick out of those when you have so much weight pressed against your shoulders as you do with Panzer. Very true, DK.
And now Panzer just throwing around the Golden Boy like he's a rag doll. Goes to the back here. A lariat from behind. Troy to the back. Big go! Back suplex there. And the Canadian Maple Leaf applied, working on the legs of Panzer. We've been seeing him wearing down those legs all match. We'll see if he can get a submission here, but no, Panzer able to power out. The leg strength of Panzer on display here. As Holden Troy now seeks to maintain dominance of the match off the top rope with an elbow drop to the midsection for Panzer. Back to that Maple Leaf, just doing damage. Referee Red Shoes breaks the submission up. Into the ropes goes the Golden Boy. Panzer tries for something, but Troy able to reverse it, brings that knee right into the chest of Panzer, sends the big man down. But now the big man back up and sends the Golden Boy to the mat with those big blows.
Saw a second ago, Troy just doing everything he can to create a little separation, catch his breath for a minute, but Panzer is not letting up.
Panzer is wrestling this match like he does every match, powering through the offense, absorbing the damage, and now Holden Troy back to the top rope with another elbow drop to Panzer, dragging the big man back to the center of the ring for that Canadian Maple Leaf. Third one of the match applied, now wearing down Panzer. We'll see if he can succeed here, but no. Panzer able to flip Holden Troy out, now ground headlock. He wants to force a submission. He wants to make the big man tap. He wants to make him admit defeat. And we see him working once again the shoulder and the neck of Panzer here. Panzer able to escape. Now back switch. Big German suplex cover. 1, 2, a 3 count for Holden Troy. Holden Troy defeats Panzer.
Johnny, did that really just happen?
It did, DK. You're not dreaming. Panzer, the German war machine, has been defeated by Holden Troy this evening in Atlanta.
At long last.
Another match of the year candidate for Holden Troy, and what a victory it is. You know, DK, he may not be able to advance to the Golden Crown, but he has cemented his place as a contender going forward. And now, folks, we gear up for our main event. Team USA taking on Team Japan. Jordan King from Team USA, having competed earlier in our opening contest. He's only had 14 minutes to recover from that match with Heather Alexis, and we'll see now if he's able to stand up to and defeat Team Japan here this evening.
That's right, Johnny. At Team Japan, we said it over and over again last week. Sort of an interesting situation going on between the siblings, and what ended that successful match for them last week was a single strike. But it will be interesting to see how they come up against Team USA here tonight. We see Karen Rose making her way to the ring.
Karen Rose, we haven't seen her in action for some time now. She's had a little bit of time to rest, certainly more than her tag team partner has. And there we see the man himself making his way to the ring for the second time this evening. The Amer Icon Lion, Jordan King.
That's right, Johnny. We saw earlier tonight King's first match. On paper, that match went pretty much as he would have hoped. He ended it quickly.
Indeed.
But as we saw, he took several high-impact moves from Heather Alexis there, including her signature maneuvers that we have seen in matches before. That's got to be a lot of damage on Jordan King.
And what a match to come into with that much damage. There are Golden Crown implications in this contest. Jordan King, a contender for his block, a contender based on points, based on winning losses. However, at the same time, Ichigo Kano, Kazuya Kano, both of them could still win their way into the Golden Crown with a win tonight and next week. Golden Crown implications abound in this match.
Absolutely, Johnny. Even with the loss here earlier tonight, starting to look very much like Panzer is, at least at this time, penciled in as the top pick to beat his block for the Golden Crown.
Absolutely.
Tonight we are looking to start to see who is going to face him. Nothing is certain until we finish up with next week's competition. But as you say, Johnny, King and either of the Kanos, top picks to take on Panzer in what's looking like a hell of a final.
Worth noting, of course, when these individuals have met before, one Kano beat Jordan King, one lost to him. You have to wonder how that's going to psychologically impact this match coming in, and I think we're seeing it even in the opening moments of this match, as Kazuya Kano went for that sleeper hold, his signature maneuver, less than a minute into the contest, trying to tie up Jordan King, trying to get a submission early on. King also went for the spear early on, missed by a mile because of the agility of Kazuya Kano. Now Kano back with that sleeper, busting out big moves early on here are both men.
Absolutely, Johnny. Also interesting seeing King open up this matchup. You would think he would want to take a little extra time at ringside, really catch his breath as best he's able after having already wrestled earlier tonight.
Well, that's the fighting spirit of Jordan King. He wanted to prove that he is a Lionheart, that he is an exceptional athlete who can go the distance against as many opponents as necessary. You have to wonder if he's trying to gear himself up for the punishment that Panzer is known to be able to dish out. Panzer is himself worth 2 opponents. You have to wonder if this is Jordan King trying to condition himself in ring for a match with Panzer.
Well, that certainly could be the case, Johnny, but let's not look past the Kanos as well. Also very much in contention to take on Panzer in the finals for the Golden Crown. Really could be that all of them are looking in this bout to really cement their place at the top of this block.
And we cannot discount the in-ring ability of Karen Rose. She may not be in contention for the Golden Crown in the same way that all 3 other competitors are, but she does have a knockout victory over Brooke Power, and she has had one heck of a season thus far.
Knockout victories there is something Karen Rose and Ichiko Kano have in common, it turns out. Vicious striking abilities from both of them.
Very true, DK. And now we see a tie-up there. Kazuya Kano, and the continuity of the Kano siblings is not lacking. Despite any differences they may have, they seem to be working in this match as something approaching a unit. Nice spinning soul butt there from Kano, rolling. Camel clutch there. Working, pulling the chin, pulling on the abdomen. Jordan King outside the ring now, getting some rest. Karen Rose in enemy territory. Tie up there. Just slamming Ichiko's head into the turnbuckle. Right in front of her brother. Kazuya not interfering. Conspicuous in his inactivity there.
You have to think as well that Ichiko would be quite frustrated being repeatedly saved by her brother. Obviously, this tag team competition have to have 2 members working as a unit, but we know both these competitors really looking to prove themselves over their siblings here.
I would certainly agree with that, DK. Both of the Kano siblings want to get to the Golden Crown. They want to fight Panzer. And perhaps they don't want to get in each other's way going into that potential contest. Throat muffler was applied there, but Ichiko able to fight out of it. Now Ichiko turning the tide back in her favor, keeping the Queen of New York in her corner. Very smart wrestling there. Short arm lariat from Karen Rose. Karen Rose going to the back now of Ichiko Kano, lifting the leg, and now a knee crusher there, trying to take out the educated feet of Ichiko Kano. Kano dancing away, rolling lariat, misses there. Kano misses with a kick. Front Chancery dragging her, leading her back toward Team USA's corner here. A cover attempt here. Could be a fall. 1, 2. No, not a 2 count either. Tag now. Attempts for that cutter. Misses. The deft dodging of Ichiko Kano. Nice bulldog there from Karen Rose. But Kano is Kazuya Kano, that is the legal man. Rose tags out to King. A double team attempt here from the Americans. Nice double team powerbomb on Kazuya.
Kazuya really suckered in by that one, just drawn into enemy territory. Perfect target for the double team, and now continued offense. But able to fight his way back out.
Great teamwork there from Team USA. Something we have not necessarily seen from them throughout this tournament. They have been individuals, but now working together as the tournament draws to a close. A spear from King, nearly breaks him in half, but Kano back to his feet, knife edge chops, send Jordan King to the mat.
Kazuya really just impressively shrugging off that spear almost right back to his striking advantage. Those big kicks. Now going for the pinfall. Just a 1 count, though.
Very close to a 2 count, but not quite there. King throwing him out, creating some separation. And now King out there in a double axe handle. And this is broken down outside the ring now, folks. Oh! Beautiful from Karen Rose, countering those kicks, saving her partner with that cutter. And now Karen Rose pulls a chair out from under the ring. Oh, just slams Ichiko. Ichiko crumbles to the mat. King now looking for that kneeling pile driver. He executes it. Ichiko retreating to her corner and back in. 2. Oh, but a break by Ichiko Kano. Now the Kanos double teaming Karen Rose. Karen Rose able to fight out. Oh, and that axe kick. Axe kick puts Karen Rose to the mat. Kazuya now with that snap suplex. Jordan King on the mat. Karen Rose, of course, not disqualified for using that chair against Ichiko Kano. He has until a 5 count to use that weapon. Big Manhattan drop there.
And any call like that, Johnny, worth noting, up to the discretion of our referee. There's
absolutely
that spear.
Another spear.
Referee really wants to give these competitors every opportunity to settle things in the ring with big moves like that pile driver, but Kano right back to his feet.
We don't want to see anything like last week, any post-match attacks. This is an honorable sport, and we want them to continue to behave honorably and with respect to one another. And that is perhaps why the referee, Mark Schultz, is allowing such displays. He's allowing that kind of competitive aggression here in this contest. We saw this earlier to great effect from Jordan King, a roll-up.
Yeah, Johnny, it looked like he was in 2 places at once.
Jordan, that's the lightning speed of Jordan King. He's able to move faster than people can see. Okay. And now, big vertical suplex sends Ichiko to the outside. King not following up on that one. Does pursue Kazuya as Kazuya gets into the ring, roll up, but of course Kazuya is not the legal man. Now the Americans go to work, double teaming. Ichiko now with that spin kick.
Look at Ichiko there, bounced off the apron, hit the floor right back in, dodging those moves. Like she's never missed a step, like she's brand new in this match.
Well, the Kano siblings, DK, they have the endurance of 10 men. They are able to shrug off things that would cripple lesser human beings.
Absolutely, Johnny. Just now we saw Ichiko Kano come out on top in a striking contest against Jordan King. Now in the submission position.
But not able to succeed in that, and now a total annihilation from the Kano siblings. Knee drop there, now a moonsault. If anyone was questioning the continuity or the teamwork, if they were on the same page, I think that has to be out the window now. The Kano siblings are working together flawlessly. And now Jordan King with that leg lock, stomping on the head of Ichiko. Kazuya now in the ring, broke it up. Short arm lariat from Karen Rose. This is broken down. Ichi bomb! And a cover. No, Karen Rose retreating, getting out of the ring. 1, 2. No! So very close to a pinfall there. Karen Rose had been instructed by the referee to get out of the ring. She didn't want to, but she had to. And the strikes, those lariat. The action's moving too fast for me to call, DK.
Indeed, Johnny. Karen Rose stomping Ichiko between her foot and that chair, now trying to lay on even more offense.
Nice final cut there from the Queen of New York. Goes for the cutter, but Ichiko shuts her down. Very nice axe kick there. Dragging Karen Rose into position, into the ropes, and a big knee stomp onto the chair. She just curb stomped her onto that chair. American History X, DK. And now to the top rope, reverse 450.
And again,
a second time. Ichiko got up her sleeve now. Pulls her into position. Back to her feet. A tie up. And big neck breaker there. Psyched her out. Made her think she was going for the snap suplex and then changed course. A brilliant move from Ichiko Kano. And now Ichi Bomb to Karen Rose. A cover. Jordan King and one. No! Jordan King breaks it up. Shows off for the crowd. Now Kazuya and Jordan King tying up. A big splash there. As Jordan King and Kazuya fight in the corner. DDT, a 3 count. Karen Rose has got the pinfall victory over Ichiko Kano. And DK, I think it's safe to say Jordan King on points alone has qualified, regardless of what happens next week, for the Golden Crown.
An interesting conclusion, Johnny. Of course, an incredible matchup there, but an interesting conclusion there with Karen Rose picking up the victory, guaranteeing her teammates' spot here going forward in this side of the tournament.
Something we would not have expected out of Karen Rose earlier on, but we'll see how that shakes out as we move forward, DK. We've had a heck of a night of professional wrestling action here. It was a roller coaster night once again. And now perhaps there won't be any interruptions and we'll be able to actually show the recap of the night and give these fans a little bit of closure as to the points. And of course, earlier in tonight, we saw Jordan King in his first bout up against Heather Lexis.
We've said many times over, King taking a lot of offense there. Those Lexus plexes really showing some impressive endurance here. Of course, here we see him on the receiving end of those moves. Strange to say impressive there, but again, King able to pull out the victory in relatively short order.
He was, in fact, DK. Of course, we cannot discount the ability displayed by Heather Lexis. She almost got him a couple of times there in that contest. Heather Lexis looked brilliant in that match. Jordan King able to exploit a flaw in her defense and get that flash cover there. Jordan King is still tied up with the Kano siblings point-wise in Block A. However, this chart does not take into account the tag team chart, the tag team points, which have pushed Jordan King over the edge to doubtlessly qualify for a match for the Golden Crown.
Absolutely, Johnny. Will be very interesting next week when both Kano siblings are scheduled for matches. Could potentially... Oh, Johnny, do we have to see this again?
Unfortunately, we have to do due diligence. Yes. After the match with Jordan King, Heather Lexis assaulted by Donna Reed. And Donna Reed, of course, next week, we will be speaking with Donna Reed here on this program. And hopefully we can get some answers for why she did what she did tonight in that disgusting display.
Johnny, just...
I'll be sitting down with Donna Reed over the course of the next week to speak with her ahead of her match with Heather Lexis and with Ichiko Kano next week. In the mid-slot of the... Yes, sir.
In much more positive news here, the vicious Panzer finally shown a thing or two by my boy, the Golden Boy, Holden Troy.
Holden Troy pulled out a victory that many thought to be almost impossible, paying homage sometimes to the fallen Brooke Power and other times simply out-muscling the German war machine. And it was a heck of a contest, DK.
Absolutely. An absolute display of endurance from Holden Troy, taking so many of those big moves, still able to power up the big man there.
And there we see that fitting German suplex which defeated Panzer for the first time in this tournament.
That's right, Johnny. But now we look at the points chart. We see Panzer there still on top, looking now like a shoe-in. Not official yet, ladies and gentlemen, but on points alone, looks very much like Panzer will be our one half of the Golden Crown.
And of course, in our main event with Golden Crown implications all its own, Team USA took on Team Japan. And it was one heck of a contest. I called it earlier this evening. It was a slobber knocker, DK.
Absolutely, Johnny. We saw action inside the ring, outside the ring, all over the place here. These competitors took each other to the absolute limit in an absolute classic of tag team competition.
They did every inch of that, DK. And here we see some of that action as it hurts me just to see it once again. Karen Rose hitting Ichiko with that chair and then that kneeling pile driver. We thought the match was over there, but the Japanese were able to fight out of it and continue the contest. And here
Ichiko in particular taking so much punishment there. We saw that drop onto the apron there, but still she just kept coming.
And some amazing displays of athleticism and of violence from Ichiko Kano here this evening. Those double 450s, and then she drags Karen Rose onto the chair for a little American History X, but it just wasn't enough in the end to secure the victory. Here we saw that Ichi bomb, but Jordan King able to break it up in the closing moments here. And this is what won the match for them. That big body splash from Karen Rose, that is what secured Jordan King his place in the finals for the Golden Crown.
That's right, Johnny. But if I'm doing this math right, it seems that both Kano siblings still have a shot at this point. Is that correct, Johnny?
The points don't lie, DK. The Kano siblings still could challenge for the Golden Crown going forward. It's entirely possible, but they have to win their matches next week, and that is going to be no mean feat, DK. The Golden Crown finals are, of course, 2 weeks away. On this very program, we will see the crowning of the first ever Golden Crown champion. Holden Troy is not going to be in that contest. However, Jordan King and Panzer will be, certainly, matching off in that bout.
That's right. As we said, we have both Kano siblings in action, including in our main event when Ichiko Kano takes on the notorious Donna Reed.
And that promises to be one for the record books, fight fans. Donna Reed, we saw tonight after that brutal assault on Heather Lexis. We're interested in getting some more information on her going forward because that match with Heather Lexis still lingering in the air overhead. We'll see how that goes. Well, folks, that's going to do it for us this evening here on Power Pro Wrestling. We want to thank you for joining us. We'll see you next time.